Hi friends, so I have 2 pages left in this sketchbook. I'm going to put a little landscape in here, kind of moody, something with some maybe browns and deep greens, a little water and a sunset, but just kind of keeping it moody and loose. So I'm wetting my paper. I've got it taped off to keep that clean border, just like the one to the left of this one. And I'm so tickled to finally be nearing the end of this particular sketchbook, which was one of the few that I've filled. So let's start with placing where our green will be. Put a tree up here. Kind of coming down off of a side of a hill, or maybe some kind of a rocky cliff kind of thing. There we go. And again, keeping it kind of, it'll stay dark and kind of moody with this one. And that's the whole idea. I'm gonna put some gray in the sky and hope I don't have too much green. Oh, I do. Green on my brush. So get a little bit more of the gray going there because I want it to be a darkish sky as well up at the top. Add a little blue so that we know those are dark clouds. Just a little. Let that all sort itself out. Now for our sunset on the horizon, I think I'm going to keep it right there with the actual top of that area where that tree is going to be. And add a little bit of Aussie red gold. I love that color in there as well. Like I said, we're keeping it real loose, but I'm just kind of giving it that feel, trying to stay with that feel of the darker colors. So really going in with a dark blue where I would have some water coming up to the horizon there. It's all mapped out and dried, and now we can put in some more detail. Using a dry brush technique there along the cliff area, just kind of give it a muddy kind of feel. There we go. Get something a little dark on that tree. And I'm just speckling, with the brush, with this round brush. I think I possibly stayed with this brush the whole time. And now the trunk of the tree's coming off the side there. My dog's getting upset because we have another Amazon delivery. Listen to Oliver. He loves to whimper because he knows he's not supposed to bark, so he struggles with it. It's okay, buddy. So getting this brown in here for this tree trunk. I wanted to peek through, but also trying to get the shape that I'm going for here. And that green. Let's pull some olive in there. I really like this particular, I believe this is my hooker green. I'm using my Daniel Smith paints today. And most of them give pretty good, rich, a lot of movement, a lot of nice, rich color. Plus, I'm more familiar with them. So I've been using the Milangs, I never can pronounce that correctly, which I like. They're the student grade, but sometimes I really just need to go for what I'm really most familiar with, which is the Daniel Smith and some Holbeins. So getting that, just kind of getting a feel for it right at this point. Put some more dark. I need some dark Perylene in there. That is one of my other favorite colors. Honey? Don't know why, but that green just speaks to me. really, really dark. So we're speckling that in, just again, filling in that tree, really kind of going, as I go, trying to figure out, how much I want to add. Clearly, I've added a little bit there. The water, now that it's dry, will kind of build in this horizon line and along the coast there, and just kind of winging it. So trying to figure out if I want to leave white areas, or I may come back with a gel pen. But I want to keep that, again, with that dark, moody feel to it. So we'll have to work some more on this cliff area, maybe with getting some more of a muddy color again, to, now that I know more of what I want to see here, getting more of a kind of not cliff, because that implies really high, but when you're at the water and you're not, it's not necessarily beach, but it's more of some rocks, some stone kind of areas built into the ground. And we'll end up putting some greenery up there as well, but just kind of trying to get a feel for what I'm looking for there. And that's closer right now. I think I am going to put some kind of rocks and green right in that little inlet area right here. I'll just put if the rocks don't do what I want them to do, then I'll just add some greenery, which is probably what I'm going to do anyway, to pull in, just like that tree is there, just some rough outcroppings. And that's keeping it moody. I'm not going for a beach scene here. This is more something in the country where you might see the water's edge. Adding some more of that green in that tree. And now really need to come in and define that more at the top, where we've got some green coming in there as well. Just kind of, this kind of thing, we don't look for perfection. We're kind of going along as we feel it. And I say that a lot with painting. And that's one of the things that really keeps your paintings original and really kind of reflective of your own personality and your own style. So it takes a while to kind of develop your own style. It can take years, because there's so many different types of tutorials out there for this or that, hyperrealism or just incredibly loose. Some people only do flowers, some people only do landscapes. You get a lot of different types of artists, and it's hard to not want to try the things that they're showing you, and that's fine. But when you're developing your own style, you just got to kind of be true to what you're feeling when you're painting. How is it making you feel? What is it that you're trying to convey? What's the feel of it? And like I said, with this, I want it to feel very moody and kind of more when there's a sun going down, but it's not at the beach necessarily, or it's not a winter scene clearly, but building up some greenery now in the distance, some more kind of trees or something that might be along that hillside, and then of course filling in some more on this tree to give it some more shape. It's going to take a little bit of work here to get it to where I'm happy with the way that it's looking. I like that better already. But I will have to put some texture into that hillside as well. And adding there's that gel pen I was talking about. Adding some marks here. I may, just kind of wavy looking, but still dark. And then we'll get a little bit more in the area of the sun as well to kind of bring that out. where I tried lifting it out, but it didn't really do well. So a gel pen is really good here. And again, this is sketchbook painting. This is not something I'm doing for a commission or anything like that. This is a sketchbook practice kind of personal painting. And that's what's beautiful about sketchbooks, is that's what they're for, really. You know, this isn't going to go on display somewhere. This is me. Let's put some birds. Just me feeling something and trying to evoke a feeling. I love putting birds when they're coming from far away. You just got to remember to put some of them with their wings up going up, some down. The farther they get away, they just become kind of specks, but you get the feeling from just like what I just did there. Pulling in some more of the green, again, to define this more local tree and make sure that it has the depth and character, maintaining that moody feel, but the darkness of it. And I think I'm getting pretty close to being where I can stop. You have to know when to stop. Because, you know, if I hadn't put the birds in, I probably would have put some darker Paynes gray or something in the sky. But at the same time, I'm liking the balance of the browns and the yellows against that dark blue and dark green with that little bit of cerulean blue up at the top. Darkening this again a little bit because it is foreground, and just kind of wanting to give it a separate kind of feel there, and then adding that rock structure feel to the cliff, turning it a little bit. I probably will pull some white just to highlight where the sunset might be hitting that and the greenery. I can definitely see me doing that. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep my channel out there for you. We do some pretty easy, quick things. This is a less than 15-minute video, and I will put supplies in the description for you, and links to some of my other tutorials. So here, putting in a little bit of that greenery. Like I was saying, I wanted something a little bright because the sun would be hitting still at that area, and just to kind of give that, you know, a little bit of lightness. Yeah, we're gonna highlight this edge of this cliff just a tad to show where the light might be hitting, coming through there, and also within some of these grasses, just showing where that light might be coming through. There we go. I might darken that blue on the water a little bit because I don't want it to be distracting. I just want it to have some glimmer. There we go. All right, we'll take off our tape, and then I'll only have one more page to go in this particular sketchbook. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you will continue to visit, and let me know in the comments what you think, and if you would have done something differently, or if you have any questions with regard to the process. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and take care.